We're heading to the States, and the first beer we've had on this channel from the USA. Here it is. Yeah, quite difficult to make out who it's by, but if you squint at it really careful, you can see this is by the other half, and it's called Go With The Flow. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're going to be reviewing this beer. Looks a bit of a strange one. Now this was bought for me by my son actually for Father's Day this year, and it's an American beer. It's by the other half. You can just about see there's some writing there, so I can just about read that. It's called Go With The Flow. You might be able to see that. It's like that sort of magic eye stuff where you've got to stare at it long enough, but Go With The Flow. And this is a double dry hopped IPA, as I said, from the other half. They're based in Washington DC, I think, a USA brewery. So this was imported over, not the cheapest. I'm not sure exactly how much it is because obviously it was a gift, but when I look at the back here, I have a feeling it could be pretty pricey at like £8 or something. So it's probably the most expensive beer that I've ever tried. It's got strata hops in it. That's all I know about it. It just says here it's called Other Half, Go With The Flow, Strata Double Dry Hopped India Pale Ale. And it's 6%. So let's crack it open, see what it's all about. Now, I've also, another thing that I got for my for Father's Day is these new IPA glasses. They're quite snazzy, but they are pretty thin, you know, they're very sort of light and thin, so hopefully they will last longer than my other IPA glass that unfortunately smashed. But I've got a 2-pack of these and also got another glass. I'll save that one for another video. So let's crack this beer open and see what it's all about. This is, I think it's also, this is in a American pint, which I think is about 468. Not why that's different than the UK pint. So there we go, beer in a glass. I mean, I hear so many great things about American beers. I mean, obviously, importing them in from the States are expensive. They generally are expensive beers, but look at that. That looks absolutely stunning. That is pure custardy, bright yellowy orange. Oh, it looks absolutely brilliant. You've got 2 fingers of white head, and already I'm getting so much aroma before I even put my nose to it. Just big tropical notes. Oh, it smells really good. So you've got mango and grapefruit, pineapple, and a bit of melon in there as well. Oh, it smells really good. All the tropical notes. Oh, it just makes me want to drink it really quickly now because it's got that aroma that just makes your mouth just start to sort of, you know, starts to sort of get really thirsty. I didn't even realise I was that thirsty until right now, but I really am. So let's crack it in. Cheers, everyone. Oh, that's really good. Really, really good. Peach, nectarines, bit of pineapple, mango, passion fruit. Oh, it's just got all of those tropical sort of notes. It's a little bit more, I suppose it's more of the sort of tropical and stone fruit tropical, you know, in terms of that peach, apricot even in there. Oh, I just can't stop looking at it. Look, I mean, I know it's in my new fancy glass, but it looks absolutely incredible. I hope you can see that. Look at the colour of that. It's absolutely stunning. Really soft mouthfeel. Low levels of carbonation. It's got a really nice dry finish as you expect with a double dry hop. Not much bitterness at all. Very much on a New England style base. Oh, I don't know why, what it is. I think it's just that it's so soft on the mouthfeel, and those flavours are there. They come in really punchy and strong. And sometimes with a lot of beers that have got that sort of big strength and push of fruit flavours, they can then you can sometimes get this sort of real bitter coating on the back of your throat. You get that sort of real, almost like that dank flavour on the back end when you've got such a big hit of fruit flavours. But this one, it's just beautifully balanced. It really is. I can see now why people rave about these American American breweries, and how good they are. And every time I see them in the bottle shops, I sort of, and in the, online as well, I look at the prices and I go, oh, I don't know if I can pay 7 or 8, 9 quid for a can of beer. Really, that seems a ridiculous price to pay. But really, this is there is definitely a jump up from a lot of the beers. I mean, is it as good as? It's as good. It's as good as your Verdants. It's as good as your Pollies. Unless I'm drinking that side by side, though, I don't know if it's that much better. When I think of a double dry hopped IPA from Verdant, which is like between 6 to 7%, and ones that we've had recently, they're just like this. It's a really good quality beer. But I might be paying up to 6 quid. So if I'm paying over 8 quid for that, I don't know if it warrants the spend. But obviously it comes from America, so I think that's why you're paying for that. I mean, interested to see how much you pay for these sort of beers in the States. I know things aren't just, beer isn't generally that cheap, and I expect craft beer isn't. But look at that! Look at the way that laces the glass. It's so creamy. It's almost alien in terms of beer, really. Oh, it's really good. I'm really worried. What concerns me is that I've only got one of them. I've got some other new ones as well, which I haven't tried, which I'm going to review on the channel. But this was the only American one, and obviously in the bottle shop they sort of said, "Oh yeah, this is a really great beer. You should try it." And my son, goes, "I don't drink beer." I mean, he was with his mum, so it's not as if he was tasting it. So he just said, "Yeah, I'll go with that." And I think the owner of our local bottle shop, the beer place, is an American, so she's probably going to be biased on the Americans. But if you see this, give it a go. Strata hops. It's called Go With The Flow. I've had a quick research on it, and Go With The Flow, they do some others, and this is more of a green than a blue, and I think it doesn't have strata, has a different hop in it, but it's really good. Try some American beers, and if you've tried American beers, from the likes of, I think Monkish is a big one, KCBC, something like that, which is another one. The other half, Equilibrium, is that an American one? I'm not sure, maybe that's not. But I'm just thinking of the beers I've seen that are more expensive. Let me know in the comments which American brewery you see as one of the best. I don't know if I've got that many American viewers here, but I'm sure there's plenty of the British viewers that have had American beers. So let me know which ones I should be trying. Which ones should I sort of push the boat out and spend a little bit more on? But this is really great. Let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in with Go With The Flow from The Other Half. This is a Strata double dry hopped IPA, coming at 6%. Pretty damn good beer here. You just have to look at it and you can see it. But the first thing is you pop the can open and the whole room is filled with this beautiful tropical sort of aroma, and it's really, really strong. And then you put it to your nose and it just all the senses are, are overwhelmed, and the mouth starts watering and you think, I've got to start drinking this. It's that good in terms of its aroma. So I'm giving it 16 out of 20 for aroma. Appearance wise, and again in the glass, yep, it's in my fancy new glass, but it looks absolutely, it's an absolute beautiful color. I don't think the actual screen here can do it justice. When I see it in the lights, it's almost like it shines like a bar of gold, really. It reminds me a little bit of the color of that chocolate Caramac. It's just really, really beautiful. And as you say, when I swirl it around like that, look at the lacing of the glass. Look at that. I think that, again, the head is retained. You've got a little sliver of head, but it's still there. I think it's stunning. So I think it's one of the best looking IPAs I've had. So I'm giving it 10 out of 10 for appearance. Flavor wise, well, like the aromas, big tropical notes. Peaches and apricots are quite big in the flavor. Mango, bit of pineapple, passion fruit. It's all those. And there's subtlenesses of citrus and subtleness of grapefruit. It's beautifully balanced, incredibly soft mouthfeel, low levels of carbonation. It's exactly what you want from an IPA. It's very New England style. It's got a nice dry finish, as you expect for double dry hopped. It's one of the best IPAs that I've had. So I'm giving it 36 for flavour. Value for money. Well, this is where it sort of drops a little bit because, as I said, I don't know the exact price. I look at the bottom and I worry that it might even be $8.95. I think it's going to be sort of at the high end of any price of beer that you're probably going to want to pay for one can. So value for money. I mean, it's still a stunning beer, and obviously it's an American beer, so it has to be imported. So give that a bit of consideration. But I still don't think I can give it more than 6 out of 10 for value. And then my overall experience, it's a great beer. Would I try it again? Yeah, I'd love to drink it again. I'd love to try lots of more American beers, because if this is a sort of standard, then bring them on. Again, is it, as you know, it's up there with Verdant in terms of its quality. I mean, this is just one beer, obviously. I don't know whether the rest of the brewery is going to, what the other beers would be like from them. But this is comparable to sort of IPAs that I've had from Verdant. Yes, I don't pay as much, but Verdant are one of the best breweries in the UK. So, for me, I think it's really good. I think overall experience, it goes down smoothly. It's got so much flavour, but it doesn't overwhelm the palate sort of thing. It's not too chewy. It's not too dank. It's not too that it coats your mouth too much. It just goes down really well, and you just want to drink another one. So I'm giving it 14 for overall experience. So we top those scores up, and we get a highly recommended 82. So Go With The Flow is a really good beer from the American brewer, the other half. If you see any of these, give it a go, because I think you'll be thinking, yeah, this is as good as some of the beers that I've had from Verdant and Polly's and Daya and people like that. I'm interested to know other good American breweries, and I'm interested to know other beers by the other half, whether they're up to this standard. If you've tried them, let me know in the comments. But that's a great beer. 80, as I say, 82, that's highly recommended. So until the next one, keep on rocking.